If you hit and run in real life, you're a real jerk. If you hit and run in the Pokemon trading card game, you're a super cool guy. We got the Accelgor with the Poisonous Ploy. Does only 70, switches to the back, and it leaves your opponent's active Pokemon confused and poisoned. So we build a freaking wall. We stop the EXs and the Vs with Mimikyu's Safeguard ability. And then for those Pokemon with abilities, we do have Cornerstone, Mask, Ogerpon. Little nifty trick. We also include this Tyranitar because it can item lock if it's in the active spot, stopping all those rare candy decks before they even get started. Although, you know, it can be tough to get a stage 2 out quicker than them. And then if they don't see it coming, the A-spec is the Neutralization Zone, stopping all rule box Pokemon from doing damage to our non-rule box Pokemon. This deck was recommended in the comments section from follower JR7 Nano. Shout out. This channel is brought to you by viewers like you. If you want to become a member, click the join button below. Look at all these sick perks. All right, on to the video. All right, I think we got a pretty nifty start here. We got the hit and run Accelgor deck, but we do have the double Buddy-Buddy Poff to fill out that bench. Would like to get that Tyranitar in the front to stop the rare candies, although the Dragapult deck does use the old Cloak for the draw support. This has a lot of draw support, so I don't think rare candy is going to be that big of a deal. They're just going to evolve 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to hit and run, but what are we going to put in the front? Well, the Ogerpon EX isn't really that useful because of the abilities. So what we're going to go with, get over here, Buddy-Buddy Poff. Let's go ahead and double Shelmet that action. And let me just... Jesus. Still sick if you couldn't tell. And let's go Bud that Poff again. Get ourselves this guy. And I'm thinking save the rest for Funky Monks, right? Unfortunately, Funky Monks is 110 HP, so we can't Poff for it. Oh, Funky Monks is down. I always forget with the full art. So let's go double Mimikyu. Now we can't attack with the Mimikyu, but what we can do is attack with the Accelgor. And then move on from that. So let's go with the... Let's go Crispin Addicts, I'm thinking, actually. Kablam. Let's go Grass and Darkness. Right there. Doesn't matter which. One's going on the Shelmet, the other is going on the Funky Monk, so there's that. And here is this. Next turn, we should be in a good spot. Let's go ahead and end that dang old turn. Keeping the Latias in the front just so that it survives and so that it survines. Hopefully they don't get a Dragapult turn 2. That would be whack. That's what we would call thwacky. We'll have to see. Crispin Addicts gonna be getting those energies onto the Polt. The Poltergeist. Fire right there. Psychic attached. There it is. Now the Dunsparce does have free retreat. Or if it goes into the deck with the draw support with the Dunsparce, it's draw support and effectively a retreat. So they could have an attack going this turn. That would be not that great for us. But we're just going to have to see. If the Latias takes 200, I'm not going to like that because the Polt is going to put damage counters on it later. Luckily, we survive. We got the Arven. We could just grab ourselves... Do they not have a stadium? Because we do have Neutralization Zone. I'm going to go Arven. Oh no, but we need the energy, don't we? Shoot, I'm going to have to Iono for them. That's that stuff I don't like. We're going to put the Rescue Board here. Let me just think. Counter Gain's not going to work right now. We need the Pokemon. Yeah, we're going to have to Iono. This is going to help them out, but we got to get moving on our side too. So, would like to take out that Dunsparce. No energy, of course. Why the frick would anything good ever happen? We can double Accelgor, though. And how much does Dracloak do? Because I might just want to put Mimikyu in the front. Let's go ahead and double check that. 70. Wow. Okay. Well, yikes. Gotta end that turn. Don't like that. But we'll double check. We do have Devo in this deck as well, so we can whip it good. We just need to get a freaking energy. There's the Dracloak with the 90. Now, this thing does leave it confused and poisoned, so that's pretty sick. So once it becomes fully evolved, that'll be pretty annoying for them. Munkidori is gonna help keep us scratching and surviving good times. Let's dude, I'm gonna do some sleuthing right here. We're gonna go on the justinbasil.com meta list, look at the Dragapult EX, and do they play stadiums? It does not look like they do. So Neutralization Zone might be able to throw us a neutralization bone. What Neutralization Zone does is that our all damage done to Pokemon that don't have a rule box can't be affected by Pokemon that, well, do have a rule box. So Latias still would be impacted. That does suck. Other than that, we're fine. And then we have Munkidori to clean things up. I should have checked if that was in the deck, though. So we'll have to see. And if we could build a big enough wall, they're also going to have problems with with decking out as well. So that's kind of cool. But for now, let me close this. Where's this? Right there. Okay. Well, they grabbed the TM Evo. Sorry, I'm looking at other stuff. I like to have a dual screen action where I kind of check some other stuff out. It doesn't look like they're running the Dusknoir line in this deck. They got the Xatu instead. So that's pretty cool. What that does for us, you know, we might boss up this drag. Well, it's not going to evolve this turn. They might rare candy. Yep, they're going to rare candy. They're not going to be able to attack unless they have the, whatever the other thing's called. Sparkling Crystal. It might happen, dude. Might actually happen. Drop that Night Stretch for the 2 energies. There it is. Attaching 1. Got my puppy at my feet right now. Keeping my feetsies warm. We like that. It's a little chilly where I live. I do not live in Chile, but it is chilly. Why did you do that? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, well, we're gonna evolve, or they're gonna evolve. We're gonna retreat and get down to business. What's your retreat cost? 1? Yeah, it's, you know, it's not really enough, but I guess we can gust up the one that can attack. Oh, they go with the Dunsparce and then probably a Dracloak. Maybe they go with the Dragapult too. Yep. Okay. Well, poison and confusion is probably the way to go onto the one that can attack. Because I don't want them retreating, getting rid of that, and just being able to attack. I got the Devo. That's natural. That's rare candy. Okay. Let's go on the offensive here. So, we can't boss still though. But at least we can put the Mimikyu out. Like, that's an option. So we're gonna go Arven, and we actually can put a Counter Gain onto the Mimikyu. Oh no, but we still have the Psychic. That's fine. We're gonna go, I guess we'll just grab a Rescue Board. We got the free retreats anyway. Let's go Counter Gain. And fortunately, that's how we're gonna have to get our energies. I think that's it. So, something with rare candy reliance, so that's why we have the Tyranitar. So let's Earthen Vessel. I think we're good with the Arven for now. So let's go Earthen Vessel, drop the Arven. I do like the Petch. I do want to keep the Petch for later, especially with that Devo action. We're going to go Double Grass. Never really need that fighting energy, so that's fine. Right here. Let's retreat. Now we are, you know, Latias can get bossed. That would be kind of annoying, but we're going to go ahead and 70. Hit and run. Simpsons hit and run, great game. I feel like I always bring that up whenever I play a hit and run deck. So there's that. Take that out, and then take our prize. Got these nice little Sylveon sleeves. Got the Jet Energy as well. Gonna put a grass on the other Accelgor. I think we're in a good spot. I feel like we're gonna lose the Latias at some point. Might get a Scooperino as well. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. They actually can't deck out, I guess, because of the Dunsparce. Right? They draw 3, and then they put it at the bottom, so they actually can't deck out. So deck cards are not on our side, but we do have at least a wall and an attack. We got time on our side, I guess. We're gonna have to find out. I apologize again, my voice, my coughing, my boogers. Fortunately, I was gonna say there's not a booger themed Pokemon, but there's Chubchoo, so yeah, I guess I'm a little bit of a Chubchoo and a little bit of a coughing right now. I don't know why they're running the Xatu. I mean, I know like draw support and acceleration, but it just doesn't seem that efficient because of the fire psychic, and you got Crispins. I just don't get it. Anyway, they use the Crispin, so they're not going to boss. I am winning, so they can counter catch. Excuse me. And in order for us to recycle, I really want them. I gotta see a stadium before I put the neutralization zone down. Not that I really have an option. I don't have it right now. But I don't want it to get bumped. That's the thing. Yeah, they're setting up. They're gonna want to attack with with this guy at some point, right? So that's only gonna take out one Mimikyu though. So we're gonna have to see. And Accelgor can still poison it, and then if it attacks, it would go down. So I mean, it's kind of worth losing a Mimikyu for. We have 2 Mimikyus. We do have 1 Super Rod as well to get those back. That's the recycling style that we got going on. I really love a hit and run deck. I really do. Do I take this thing out now is the question. We have 2 bosses orders. All right, I'm gonna put this one here. I'm gonna retreat. You're not gonna be able to attack unless you retreat next turn. So let's retreat this. Let's accelerate that Gore. Boss's orders. Maria, come over here. You, come over here. Poisoned, confused, Mimikyu, you know what to do. And then they're not gonna be able to attack. They gotta retreat now. I mean, they'll probably have an energy to do it, but you know, yeah. You're not attacking a Mimikyu with the Dracloak, I'll tell you that much, my friend. And yeah, good spot. They are gonna recon directive. And I love, one of my favorite things to do in the TCG is to have them get knocked out when they end their turn. I love like timing the poison up with that kind of thing, or a burn even. Although burn, you're relying on coin flip, so not as much. So like they have to retreat this Dracloak or it's getting knocked out. They're going with the switch, that's fine. What are you gonna do though? I mean, you don't have an attacker. You can move energies, this is true. Now I can Munkidori the damage counters that you're putting on the rear onto the Dracloak, taking it out. Put the fire energy, it's fine. Now they can only Phantom Headbutt and put damage on the rear. And I have 1 Munkidori. I only have 1, unfortunately. So it's gonna take a while to take out Accelgors, but they are gonna be able to do, oh, they go boss's orders. They're gonna take out, maybe a Latias. It's not gonna take it out, but it is gonna do 200, and I'm not gonna like that. And this is the one that has evolved. We're gonna have a big Devo later though, so that is pretty good. They dropped another Dreeps. Nope. They go Accelgor. I'm cool with that. I got a 4/4 line, dude. I'm being chilling on that. Phantom Dive. I honestly was more worried about the Latias because that's keeping up the free retreat. It's a 2-prizer. Yeah, I'm interested in what they're going to do with this. I kind of do wish I had another Munkidori, but we have probably the best bench setup right now that we could have. Could put a Fez down too for draw support. I don't really like that, although I might do it. And they spread it like that, eagle style. If the other boss would take out the Latias. So I'm going to go Accelgor in the front, and let's see. Yeah, we'd rather just let them have the boss Latias, I guess. All right, we're gonna go Adrenabrain. I think it's more important to have this. So let's take this thing out. I wish I could spread them around, but unfortunately we can't. There's that. I think we're gonna really lean towards neutralization zone now. So what that does mean is putting the Fez down for the draw support. Got that Devo, still feeling good about that, but there it is. Do I do it now though? It's not gonna protect the Latias from a boss. Actually having it last turn would have been great, but all right, what we're gonna do is, this thing could snipe. I think we're gonna put it down, kablam. Now it doesn't stop effects, right? That's damage counters. It does not stop effects, it's just all damage, but it's still helpful. So let's go 70, poison as well, and confusion. If they take the Latias out, at least we have the Mimikyu. Let's put this, we also have Jet Energy, so it's like, we're still gonna have switches and all that stuff. But yeah, they don't have the draw support from the Dracloak anymore. They'll probably have Sparse or Xatu. I don't know where this Xatu is. They're gonna have to retreat too, and because it's a dragon, they have, you know, different energy types. Might be a little difficult to get exactly what they need. That zone though, that zone might get them in scoop territory if they don't have a stadium. I mean, they could have enough bosses and counter kit. Bruh. All right, why do you even have that? I feel like that's not that useful. That's fine. That's fine. All right, we got Devo on this one. We can get Devo on that one after. No, we don't have Devo on this one. It's at 80. We have Munkidori though, so in a way we do. I don't have any Terra Pokemon, unfortunately. And we only have 1 Devo, so we gotta use it wisely. Just crack my knuckles right in your ear. You know what? Time might be on our side. They're taking forever. They're 3.5 minutes behind me. Unfair stamp, bro. That's fine. I'm not really taking knockouts like that. Unfair stamp. Do they have to get knocked out by damage is the question. Let's do a little bit of research together, my friends. Unfair stamp. Knocked out during your last turn. If I knock you out by poison, in between turns it doesn't count, although Devo will count in other more classic ways. of knocking out will count. Now they used Arven. Yep, so they're not going to use boss. They're really fishing for bosses now. Unfair stamp, that's fine. That's fine. And hey, not bad, not bad. I think we can boss up that other Dragapult to just get the damage counters down then. One moment, I got a cough. I don't know if this is going out in editing or not. Oh my gosh. Energy, wow. Oh, so that you can put the 10 on the, Nope, so you can Evo. Okay, I thought you were about to gnaw me. That's fine. I'm not worried. I didn't even realize they also had the rescue board on that Dragapult, so whoop-de-doo. But that's fine, that's fine. Energy's down 2. Pokemon. Still got another Dreep out there. Couple of them, I think. We only have one more boss. There's Xatu. And probably a Sparse. There it is. Alright, we got the 80 on this guy. We can heal up. We're gonna heal up the Latias. But we don't have the Devo in hand anymore. So let's go Adrena that brain. You actually, before I do that, let me double check. Yep, need 90. Okay, wait, what? Oh, I gotta grab it again. Boom. And then should we do it now or should we take the knockout and get prize cards? Well, let's retreat. Definitely putting this guy out. And take prizes. I think we should probably take prizes so that we can get dubs. We'll save the boss. I don't think it's urgent. I do like confusing though. This is tough. I really don't care if they have a Sparse, that's the thing. I think we should get the damage down now. And there you go. Now they could just retreat it or whatever, but as long as we have the damage, they're not healing anything. This deck does not have healing. So there's that. All right. I think we're in a good spot. How many bosses have they used? 1. They probably have another. But as long as we can keep these damage counters off the Latias or the Fezandipiti, then we should be good. 8 minutes left. Like they're gonna run out of time. I do kind of wish this deck had 1 Psychic Energy just so Mimikyu could attack. Just in case, you never know. But I mean, we have the 1 fighting for the Ogerpon, and that's kind of more pressing. Did we drop the Pech? Because the Pech would be big later on. Iono? Sure, thanks. What is going on my phone? Oh, somebody's texting me. Okay, sorry. Someone blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter. All right, the sparsely populated over here. That Vessel. Yeah, they're still not going to deck out though. Yo, are they going for the sparse attack? That's crazy, my guy. What do you do, 80, 90? I mean, it's not the worst. Nope, they're not even going for the sparse attack. I don't even know what they're doing at this point. I think we're in not sponsored Baskin-Robbins scoop-inducing territory. That's what I'm feeling right now. And if they want to take out my Pokemon, I do have the Pech to draw. So I think we're in a good spot. They're using like half their time left just trying to figure out this puzzle. Pokemon Puzzle League. Love that game. Love that game. My friends tell me I'm autistically good at that game. I don't know if I'm autistic. My mother thinks my father is. My mother has ADHD. So do I. I probably got both. I don't know. Maybe I'm autistic because I'm playing the Pokemon trading card game and it seems to... Based on this community, including myself, this may be a common thread throughout the whole thing. So hey, you let me know. But for now, we're going to practice that studio. We got to hit the books just like Professor's research. And let's go ahead and Adrena that brain. We're going to put it on, well, we'll take it off. We'll pick up what we're putting down. And I don't know, dude. We'll just put it on freaking, we'll put it on the rear, I guess. Here, hold that. And let's retreat. Excel that Gore and poison that Ploy. Poisonous Ploy, hitting, confusion, poison, 80 damage this time, and Mimikyu, you know what to Mimido. Just waiting for it. Love this. Evil, absolute evil. That's what it's all about, is evil. Some people say it's about love. They're entirely wrong. It's about evil. And the Dunsparce. Runaway draw. You can't run from your problems, dude. I'm right here. Come at me, bro. Now, we did have 2 Accelgors. You know, technically, maybe 1 is fine. But as soon as it gets bossed, the jig is up. You know, I'm honestly really surprised we haven't seen another Shelmet. But, I mean, we got Arven. We've got Ultra Ball. So we can set it up again. We just got to wait for it to go down. And maybe wait 1 turn with the Mimikyu. Clairvoyant Sense. And hey, I don't know if I mentioned it in the thing. This is really late to say, but this deck was brought to us as a recommendation from user or follower JR7 Nano with the cool Whooper sunglasses profile picture on YouTube. So, hey, I play your requests. He was like, dude, we got to do an Accelgor hit and run deck. So here we are. But I'll probably shout him out in the intro too. All right, yep, here comes the boss. Here comes the boom. Accelgor. Now you're going to retreat probably. And then hit me with that Dragapult. Then I'm going to Arven for a Devo and take out everything that you have to live for. That heads looks like tails, by the way. I just want to say. Now, let's see. Where are you going to put the 6? In the River Styx. That's a band. What's that? Come Sail Away With Me. I think that's what that is. Old people music. Yep, there goes the Accelgor. Excuse me. That's not great. Okay. Let's go ahead and, I mean, we got free retreat, so we're going to put that out. And they aren't, you know, if they flipped tails, that would not have been great for them, but they didn't. So we do get the Pupus. Let's flip that script. Let's burp into the mic. Let's get the entire line in one draw. There we go. LFG, my friends. Let's freaking go. Right there. And, I should have devoed. I messed up. That's fine. I don't care. Let's go ahead and Adrena that brain. I think it's more important to keep the Latias alive. So right there. And 4-4. 4-4, you say? To shreds, you say? I will always love you. I guess we're gonna lose a Mimikyu, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and end this turn. Yeah, they're gonna retreat. They're gonna attack with the Xatu. I mean, if they have the energy, they probably do. 2 energy, 6, 8. I mean, maybe they have a 4-4 line. I'm sure they have one more energy. There's the sparse. I mean, that's it for the deck, right? The deck is just sparses at this point. It's all in their hand. It's all in your mind, my guy. Only 4 minutes left for them. I don't know if they can pull this off, but if they do, hell of a match, friend. You're doing a hell of a job, Brownie. That is a reference. They dropped the Fez. That's crazy. There's the sparse. The whole deck is sparses. One-way draw. That's fine. Just drew your Dunsparce. Empty that bench slot, though. You gonna drop another Dreep? Nope, just another sparse. I mean, you gotta recycle so you don't deck out, but it is taking time. I don't think they have the energy. The Iono? That's kind of annoying. So now I can't grab that Devo. But it's in the deck. Maybe I draw it. Never mind. If they take out a Pokemon, though, I do have Counter Catcher. And now I don't have the Accelgor. I do have the Fez, though. And I still have the Munkidori. Wow. Yep, they can't attack with the Xatu. That's really funny. Okay. We're gonna go hard in the paint. Let's go, let's Adrena that brain. Heal up this guy. And you're gonna be devoed pretty soon. Eventually. I think we just wait. Go on ahead. I could Ultra Ball for the Accelgor. I probably should have thinned out the hand in case we get Iono'd again. And at least evolve the Shelmet, but I don't know, I kind of looked at the clock and I was like, if I just rush this guy and make him go, he's going to freak out and run out of time. You love beating top tier meta decks with goofball nonsense. There's the Dunsparce. Runaway draw. Drawing some more Dunsparce so that they can put down their Dunsparce, so that they can play Dunsparce, so that they can use Dunsparce to draw their Dunsparce and put down their Dunsparce. Crispin Addicts. There's no energies in this deck, dude. There's no way. That's what I thought. All right. There's that Dunsparce. Okay, all we need is an energy. Come on, baby. I'll take it. I'll take it. GG's.